Kate doesn't think much of Avery's touch.
She tries to cuddle with me. It's like...
But her date thought her curves had curves.
She's got funk in the trunk. I was like, boom!
Meanwhile, Avery shook it up on his blind date.
It was the best date that I had in recent memory.
They were probably oinking and boinking.
I didn't want to be a suave cheese ball.
After his fingers do some walking.
The whole night he kept holding my hand, rubbing my thigh.
And Kate does something shocking.
You get the club? Make up for the whole night.
Will they have a change of heart?
Change of heart. Now, this couple met at a campus bar. That night, he had his lips locked with another chick, though. But within 2 weeks, he was asking her to go steady. Now, I mean literally. He asked her, will you go steady with me? Isn't that cute? Yeah. Well, a year later, both say the relationship is going steadily downhill. And the reason? Too many petty arguments. So let's meet them and hear their tale. Give it up for Avery Mosley and Kate Shaltain. Good. Welcome to the show. Now, Kate, tell us, how much of the time that you're with Avery is actually spent arguing?
Probably about 75% of the time.
Wow. That's a lot. And Avery, what are you doing that makes her all, upset and stuff?
What? Everything I do infuriates Kate. I don't care. I make messes. I stay out too late with my friends.
No,
I show up late on our dates.
No, it's that you're a slob. You never show up on time.
I feel like I can't do anything right.
Wait,
I can't do anything right. I swear to God, I can't do anything right.
You can do a few things right, but 75% of the time.
Now, Avery,
she is inattentive about 75% of the issues we have.
No.
Avery, is she too sensitive?
Yes, without
I'm
question.
too sensitive. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Now, wait.
This is the boy who pretends to be a little boy crying if I say anything wrong to him.
Now, Kate, he gave us an example of what sets you, what sets you off. What about the things he says?
Let's see. There's so many, but how about the time he told me I was massive? He
Massive?
Said, yeah, and he thought it was a compliment.
So you heard massive, you're thinking Titanic or something
Just
big.
don't call someone massive. I'm sorry. No. Thank you.
Now, Avery, what about when Kate's not mad and upset? How affectionate is she?
When I try to cuddle with her, she literally pushes me off.
No,
pushes me off.
No, that's not true. He tries to cuddle with me. Cuddling with is not sweet. It's like... all over me. Each leg weighs like 8,000 pounds. I'm gonna die.
Most girls would kill to have a guy cuddle with them and put their arm and be affectionate. Right. She complains. Her quote, her catchphrase, quote unquote, I need my space. I need my space.
Back off.
At that time.
That's not true.
Wait, Kate, I understand that you have a problem with one of his extracurricular activities. Tell us why that is.
Avery plays football, and for half of the year in season, he becomes a completely brainwashed jock. The other half of the year, he's great, but for football season, I mean, he's miserable all the time. He's pissed off. He has PMS 24/7. Worse than I do.
Now, Kate, what about his fashion style? Would you like to give him some advice? Because I understand it actually embarrasses you.
Well, I mean, he's dressed nicely today, of course, but Avery tends to still dress in his high school jock outfits with the cut-off shirts and the basketball shorts. I just want to say,
no other girls complain about it. No other girls have ever complained about my wardrobe before.
It's time to, because you were 16 when you were dating the other girls.
Well,
they didn't care.
Now, Kate, I understand that when things get rough, that Avery actually has a kind of interesting way to cheer you up. Tell us about that.
Yes, he does. If I'm sad or we're in a fight and I'm still holding a grudge, he'll dance for me to cheer me up. And it'll start off as a little bit of a strip tease, and then once he's naked, it'll burst into ballet across the room, kicking, and it ends with the booty womp.
With the what?
The booty womp.
So in actuality...
Can we see what the booty womp is?
No.
Nice touch, by the way.
So she claims that I'm just a brainwashed jock, but obviously, I have some versatility. I can do some ballet.
And Avery,
what's she complaining about?
Avery, tell us what you like about Kate.
Well, she's brilliant. She's articulate. Very, very intelligent girl. She's funny. She tells great stories. And not to mention the fact that she's gorgeous. I mean,
very nice.
Yeah,
very nice. And Kate, bottom line, what do you think causes all these arguments?
I think we're just a little too different. Avery is Southern, conservative, jock. I'm Northern, liberal, feminist, into school. And also, we're both really stubborn and really hot-headed. So when we fight, it's over little stupid things. It's constantly, and nothing ever changes.
All this clashing.
Just clash, clash, clash.
All right, let's see if we can sort through some of that. Now, coming up, Kate's date was full of sex toys and fantasies.
He actually brought me hot booby oil and gummy worm shapes like male genitalia.
We cut right from there to the sex shop.
We're going to get the steamy details next. Kate and Avery. Now, Kate says when she's with Avery, he always acts like a football jock or an insensitive jerk. So we found her a brainy babe who won't drop the ball when it comes to making his women feel good. So give out some cheers for Justin Salzberg. Hey, Justin, good to see you. Have a seat. Oh, no. Now, Kate, flowers are usually like a typical guy thing, you know, when the first date is happening. Was Justin just a little bit more creative?
Yeah, Justin was a lot more creative. He actually brought me hot booby oil and pasta.
Not
and
that you ever get to use it, I might say.
We'll see.
Well, you know what, no, Justin, he's got a point, though, because, you know, those kind of things are a little bit forward. How did you know she wouldn't maybe just, like, slap you because you gave her something like that?
Well, because on the phone right away, I mean, I definitely have a filthy sense of humor. I'm definitely, you know, I like it dirty, I like it raunchy, and I always like to kind of push it a little bit. So right on the phone, I kind of was hitting her up with it, and she flowed right with me. We were right on the same page. She's got a filthy, filthy sense of humor.
All right, now, Justin, what about when you saw her? Were you stoked with the way she looked?
Well, I was like, boom! I was like, she came through the door. She came through the door. I was like, she had the perfect body. She's got amazing mammaries. I have to say, she's got funk in the trunk. She looked dynamite. She looked dynamite. Really nice.
I have to say I was a little embarrassed when I went into his office because I felt like everyone was totally ogling me and
They were.
They checking you out.
They were.
Yeah,
Of
it
course,
made me
they
really
were.
nervous.
Now, Kate, what about the fact that you said Avery dresses like a gym rat? What about Justin when he met you?
He was dressed really nicely. It was trendy, but not over the top. Mature, kind of GQ.
Kate, I understand that Justin actually picked a kind of an upscale restaurant to go have dinner with. How are the two guys different when it came to handling like the finances of something like that?
Well, Justin paid for everything and was very generous and actually wouldn't let me pay for anything when I offered. And the restaurant was really nice, and you know, Avery's kind of cheap. And an example, like his favorite part of his summer job is the free food. So,
So he's a big fan of that, huh?
I'm a starving college student. I mean, I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a mature man like, you know, Justin over here. Can't afford necessarily to do some of those things.
Now, Kate, you told us about a problem that you shared with your date. What was that?
we're both klutzes, and it was great. I'm a spaz. He makes fun of me all the time. But Justin's the same way, and it was great. I really felt like I found one of my own people. He tripped like 3 times on the date. I tracked out a huge wad of nasty toilet paper.
Very bad.
It was great. You know, we laughed the whole time, and it really made me
Now,
very
wait,
comfortable.
because Avery was actually talking about this same problem in the first Change of Heart interview that you guys did. In fact, we're going to take a listen and take a look right here.
I'll just preface this with the fact that she's a total klutz. She's a spaz, okay? She punches me in the face routinely on accident.
It's an accident.
She almost has broken my nose, you know. Repeatedly, I've caught myself saying, "Thank God this isn't our first date."
That should be a little rough, definitely. Now, Justin, at this point of the date, I understand things took a little bit of a dip or something. What happened?
Yeah, well, she had told me on the phone that she had studied astronomy on the phone. So I was like, let's go to the planetarium. It'll be perfect. So we went, and it was just a little overpriced for what we got because it was a really quick show. And we were sitting there.
Surely money wouldn't be an issue for a working
Well,
man
it
like
wasn't. It
yourself.
wasn't. See, but here's the thing. Listen, settle down. We went there and we were reclining in the dark, so we were getting tired. I mean, it was a long day, so we were getting tired. So I was like, this is definitely not what I want. So we had to liven things up a little.
I see. Mm-hmm. So then, what do you do then, Justin? Starbucks, mainline coffee to pep back up what?
No, actually, we cut right from there to the sex shop.
That put a spark in it.
Right.
Not that he'd get to use any of whatever they may have bought.
You never know. You never know, Jockets. You never know.
So there you are at the sex toy store.
Yes. We picked out some toys for each other. We picked out our favorite things, and I was hoping to maybe, later on, maybe give them a test drive.
Probably not on the first date.
Now,
I'm not
but
that
Kate,
kind of-
how was sex toy shopping with Justin different than it might have been with Avery?
Well, it was just funny. We just had a good time. I mean, the whole date we were just goofy and laughing. And I laughed so much I actually got the hiccups for the rest of the night. And with Avery, he could go either way. He could have been really fun, but if he was having one of his PMS moments, he could have been pissed off and gotten mad at me and told me to stop being a spaz.
Right.
So.
So, Justin, here you are fantasizing about her, obviously, a little bit. Any idea where her thoughts were?
Yeah, unfortunately, she did have Avery on the brain a little bit, which I was a little disappointed in. You know, it was kind of a little immature because I was hoping that she would be able to keep us separate. You know, it was our date.
He is my boyfriend, and we
I
have
know.
hung out. We do spend a lot of time
So
together.
she was
So any
saying-
story about my life kind of tends to involve him.
Right.
She
You know,
said
I
stuff.
can't cut
She
him
was
out.
saying stuff like I was very similar to him, which is nice, but definitely not what I wanted to hear on the date. You know.
Sure.
So,
You want to be your own guy.
right. Exactly.
So, Justin, did you come up with some suggestions that would actually take her mind off of Avery?
Yeah, well, I said to her that, you know, if she was having trouble with it, that she should just know that, you know, Avery being out on his date with his girl, they were probably oinking and boinking. And, you know, if that was a vivid picture, if she wanted revenge, I was right there for her.
Oh, you were there for her.
I wanted to, you know,
What a guy.
help her out, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank
He
you.
needed everything it could possibly take, but I don't know that
I
it's
saved
gonna
some
work out
tricks.
for
I
him.
saved some
Well,
tricks.
Kate, let me ask you about the goodbye. Was it as racy as the hello when he started with the toys and stuff?
Actually, it wasn't because we actually parted on the subway. So he just basically had to jump off the train. So it was real quick. I gave him a nice hug and a nice kiss on the cheek, and that was all there was
And that's
time for.
kind of how it ended
Yeah.
there. Okay, a little different ending than the beginning. Now, next, it's time for Avery's date. How did they end up half naked in public? We're going to find out, so stay tuned.
They told Avery to take off his shirt. I was wrapped around him, and the whole night he kept holding my hand, like put me on his lap, rubbed my
really?
thigh, massaging my
really?
back, kissing my neck.
All right, we just got down and dirty with Kate and her date. Now it's Avery's turn to tell all. Now, Avery's date told us that after one night with him, she was so in love with Avery that she was counting the days until we taped the show. She said, yes, she said she hated the fact that he had a girlfriend and was hoping to steal him away. Will it happen? Let's meet her and find out. Throw out some love for Jennifer Hayward. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. And you know Avery, of course. All right, Jennifer, I got to ask you, what was it about Avery that just had you so head over heels?
Oh, we clicked from the beginning, from personality to he's so athletic, good dancer, just everything I look for in a guy. Just right off the bat.
Now, Avery, obviously she was thrilled. What about you right off the bat? How were you feeling?
Well, she was just real open to everything that I suggested, and I don't know, just without question, it was the best date that I had in recent memory. And
Never go on dates. Never go
and
out.
then finally, upon meeting her, I mean, I thought she was so beautiful that I thought it was a real privilege to be able to
I
go on a
didn't know
date
you
with her.
liked men.
I think
Wait. Kate, what did you say? You didn't know what?
He liked men.
They don't have a body like a porn star.
At least I'm female.
So, Avery, let's talk about the date. Was it actually smooth sailing from the get-go?
Well, to be honest, she annoyed me a little early on, just because just before we went to the gym to work out, she was MIA. But I don't know. I mean, eventually.
Taste of your own medicine.
Yeah, exactly. I did get a taste of my own medicine because sometimes I flake on Kate.
Right.
All the time.
Okay. So, Jennifer, I know you guys finally connected. What about when you saw him? Did your heart rate just really go
Oh my
up?
God, I saw him from across the street, and I was like, please, this has to be Avery. He was hot. He had a cut-off T-shirt. So sexy. I thought it was so sexy.
You're like, yeah. So, Avery, I understand you guys did make it to the gym. How were jumping jacks with Jennifer different than, let's say, crunches with Kate?
Crunches with Kate, walking, jogging, it doesn't happen.
I walk. Excuse me. I don't roll
Maybe
around.
to crispy donuts.
The word.
Okay, maybe to crispy donuts.
At least I eat.
She's toned. She has a toned, tight body. She has a six-pack, and at times I wondered if she was going to give me a chance on some of the machines.
And Jennifer, were you feeling this, that Avery was really pumped to be with you?
Oh my God, yeah, he was complimenting my six-pack, saying I was sexy, look at my thighs. By the end of that workout, he said, oh, you know what, by the end of this date, I think I'm gonna have a crush on you.
So, Jennifer, what about things going from sweaty to romantic? When did that happen?
He took me to a lounge, we went and changed, where his cousin bartends. Flowers, roses on the table, rose petals, it was so sweet.
So Jennifer, when you saw all of this, did you have any hopes at that point?
Oh my God, I'd hope he'd change his heart, and I still do. Yeah,
You're
when
still
he kissed
waiting.
me, I was waiting for a kiss too, just waiting for the time he'd pull me in for a good kiss.
Now, Avery, as this conversation got meatier, what would you say you've discovered was the biggest personality difference between the two?
She's full of energy, optimistic, and just it just really made the date go smoothly. As opposed to Kate,
driving her nuts the whole time.
Well, Kate,
She went out with you one time. Of course she liked you. You're very personable the first time you meet me. Trust me, if you had to spend a lot of time.
So basically, if I can finish.
I stay out past than 2 o'clock, so I heard you had a curfew.
Right. Basically.
Because I had to get up at 8 in the morning.
Oh, so did he. He had to train the next day too. So
If I can finish, basically the point is that Kate is negative and pessimistic and full of negative energy, as opposed to her, who's
Yeah, I'm realistic.
You felt a whole different vibe.
Jen is full
I
of
live in
positive
this
energy,
world.
and it just made me happy. Everything
No,
that I
I'm
did, walking
realistic.
around.
All right,
eating,
let me ask you about
dancing,
the rest of
everything.
your date, because I know you guys went dancing or clubbing afterwards. Now, would that have been something that you could have enjoyed with Kate?
Yes.
No.
Yes, you could have.
No.
Yes, you could have.
From her past
You're
criticisms.
full of it. You're full of
From
it.
her past criticisms, I'm telling
You're
some.
lying.
Can I finish?
I love to dance.
Can I
We go
finish? Do you mind?
dancing.
Not an answer.
After so many past criticisms, I'm self-conscious about the way I dance.
I've never criticized
No matter
him.
what,
This is in
I'm
his head.
insecure, and it's
No,
it's, you
we
know,
fight about this
it's
all
not.
the
It's
time.
not
Even with the
just
booty womp, I don't
enjoyable.
understand. So Jennifer, what about at the club? Some interesting moments, good times?
Yeah, actually, when we first got there, this lady pulled us to the side and said, "You guys are such a beautiful couple. We're doing a photo shoot in New York clubs. We'd love you guys to be a part of it and take pictures with us." So
That's really admirable.
Yeah,
proud of you.
definitely. That's a
Don't be
nice little
Don't be
touch.
jealous.
I'm not jealous. Just saying.
And Jennifer,
There are more important things in life than getting your picture taken. that's
Jennifer,
all.
what about some affection on this date? Did that happen?
yeah, they told Avery to take off his shirt. I was wrapped around him. He was and the whole night he kept holding my hand, like put me on his lap, rubbing my
really?
thigh, massaging my
really?
back, kissing my neck, kissing my cheek. The whole night, sweetie.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
Now,
She responded positively to
Oh,
it.
I
mean,
respond positively because you're not
Avery?
supposed to be out kissing some girl who's not your girlfriend.
Well, now, Avery, let me ask you about that. Wait, because I heard her say you kissed her
I
cheek at the
better
club.
make up for the whole night. I was a good girl.
Kate, you might be getting ahead of yourself, because I'm just trying to find out from Avery if when you said goodbye, other than the kiss on the cheek at the club, was there more kissing?
No, I didn't want to be a suave cheeseball. I politely walked her to the door, walked her to her door, gave her a kiss on the cheek, told her what a wonderful time I had, and then I look forward to seeing her again.
Okay.
After rubbing on each other all night long.
All right, well, we got to go to a break here now. Will Jennifer get her wish and go home with Avery, or will Avery stick with his steady? Those final decisions are next, so stay tuned. They came here because after a year of dating, their petty arguments were putting a lot of stress on the relationship. Did dates with other people show them it was time to stop fighting or time to take a flight? Let's find out. Kate, we're going to get your decision first. It's been a whole year. Unfortunately, you said it was 75% of the time spent fighting, which is not a good thing. So we sent you out with Justin. You had like a really goofy, fun time with him. It was different. What's your decision?
I had a really good time with Justin. And I'm really sick of all of the petty fights that Avery and I have. But he also occupies a space in my heart that nobody else does. So I'm going to choose to stay together.
Stay together. All right, Justin, sorry things didn't work out for you. Avery, Kate wants to stay together, but we sent you out with Jennifer. You guys had a really good time. She was so into you, totally hoping that you have a change of heart. We know that much. What's your decision?
Well, she's wonderful, and it's nothing personal against her because I did have a great time. But from this experience, I've learned that that I need to make some changes and see. I think the relationship could be a lot better, so I want to stay together as well.
Stay together. Okay. Jennifer, sorry things didn't work out for you. Now, Avery, Kate, hopefully, compromises on both sides. You guys can have a happy relationship going forward. Good luck to you. That's our show for today. Thanks to Justin and Jennifer. Again, good luck to Avery and Kate. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart. Everyone had fun on this show.
He was so cute, and we just clicked so good.
And he was cool. We clicked right away.
She was wonderful and did have a great time.
The other girl, Kate, she and I also kind of hit it off rather well.
So well that after our show, Avery, Kate, Justin, and Jennifer went out on a double date. And since our show, Avery's been back east with Kate to meet her family.